What's up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is the Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric EAB702, and with me, as always, we have the man, the myth, the legend,
Frank.
Dude, you know what that reminded me of? Like one of the funniest movies in funniest moments to me in Superman was when he's like number 4. He's like, I wish I had a name. He's like, number 4 is a name. So is Gary. I didn't like that movie, but Gary was fucking hilarious. Then I found out the guy that played it, and I love him. That played number 4. I absolutely love him. All right, so it's just me and Jeremy today. Sam is at work, and Mo is out today. He is out. Couple things we want to talk about. Hold on. Oh, we also got to go over. I forgot all about the damn week 4. That may be forgot all about week 4. So I've been trying to stay ahead on my picks. So I'm like a week ahead now.
Oh, look at you being a week ahead.
Nobody cares that you're like 17 weeks ahead. Anyway, how was your week, buddy?
I mean, it's all right. Can't complain.
All right. I'm just finishing setting this up. Should have had this set up beforehand.
I mean, I can complain. I just don't want to.
That's true. Nobody's gonna care besides your mom anyway. How is your mom doing?
I'm not sure. Pretty good, I suspect. I haven't gotten any phone calls.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she'd be commenting sometimes on her stuff. She lives in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, they live somewhere over there.
Okay. All right. So today we got a pack lineup. We got some, I wouldn't say rumors, but with all of the NFL games going overseas across the pond and everything, there has been a rumor that Roger Goodell would like a 4-team Europe division. We're going to talk about that. We have some injury news talking about Tyreek Hill. Give our thoughts on that. Talk about the WNBA finals. Germany was at game 1 yesterday. Zuffa boxing is part of the Paramount Plus deal. So we're going to talk about some Zuffa boxing. I hope they don't I hope they fail. We got some WWE news where we got Asuka's heel turn on Io Sky and Asuka versus Io Sky sooner or later. And then, of course, we've got one of the main events at the Crown Jewel, Cody versus Seth, in all of their history. Then we're going to finish it off with the debate of the week, a debate segment. We're going to start our franchise with one player, one quarterback, Montana, Mahomes, Bradshaw, or Aikman. The reason why I picked those 4 is because we know Brady has 7 championships. Montana has 4, so he's number 2. And then 3, 4, and 5 is Mahomes, Bradshaw, and Aikman. That's pretty cool. So let's start with the NFL 4-team division. Have you heard about this, Jeremy?
I haven't heard about it, but I've been sitting here thinking about it since you brought it up, and that's going to be weird.
Yeah, I picked up this article. Yeah, we know there's not.
Because imagine taking some cornbread, corn-fed hick from, let's just say, the Tennessee Titans and sending them to fucking Germany to play for the fucking German swastikas.
First of all,
like they've probably the only time they've ever left their hometown was to go to college,
and now they're in a totally different country.
And now they're gone international. Like what?
Well, just to start, we've seen the problems that the NBA had with Canada when it started. There were a lot of players that did not want to go to Canada. We saw the issues the NBA had during COVID where they could not play at all in Canada because Canada would not allow people to travel back and forth. So I just think, yes, that would be great for the NFL, but from a player standpoint, that's going to fucking suck. You grew up in California and you're getting drafted to Berlin.
But here's my question. Why do you want to put teams in Europe when you've had a stronger relationship with Mexico over the last 10 years than you've had with Europe?
I think because of the possibility of being able to put 4 teams there. So some of the divisions
you can't find 4 South American places to put.
Travel's almost the same.
Right. So but follow where I'm leading you.
Okay. So we get Mexico City, Brazil.
You can't find 4 South American places to put football teams, but you can find places in Europe to place football teams.
I know where you're going. I get it. But I'm also going to jump on this side and say, would you really want a team in Brazil? With some of the South American countries that aren't the greatest, South and Central American countries that aren't the greatest. And those are some of your biggest.
I mean, we have teams in LA.
That's true. That's true. That is true. So these are some of the host cities that they're thinking of that could be potential. London, which we know because of how many times they've been there.
Oh, there's all the pickpockets.
Dublin, Ireland.
There's all the alcoholics.
Berlin.
There's all the fights.
And Madrid.
And there's all the scammers.
And the reason why you have this, the reason why you have this, and I'm pulling up the map right now, is because of the fact that I love Google sometimes. Is because of the fact that they're all within a distance of each other that is feasible for them to.
And what do they all have in common?
What? Well, Spain, Madrid, Spain throws a loop in that one, buddy.
No.
Yes.
Let's pull up the population demographics
of Madrid, Spain. They're all Spanish. So Berlin to Madrid is probably not far. Then you have Ireland and United Kingdom. That's why they're doing those 4. Because of how far they are. Berlin to Madrid, a drive is 22 hours. A flight is 3 hours. Madrid to Dublin, flight time, 2 hours and 35 minutes. Madrid to London, 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's why they would do those 4. Because it's the easiest travel for a 4-team division in Europe. And then London to New York. Now, the problem you'd have is the West Coast teams. So London to LA is 11 hours and 15 minutes. Madrid's 12 hours. Berlin's 13 hours. So basically, my thought process is if they were to do this, any team that did. So let's say they had the Las Vegas Raiders, right? They're playing that division this year, right? All 4, they will have 4 straight away games. 4 straight away games. When they go, they will fly from Vegas to Berlin or whatever, and then they'll play Berlin. Then they'll play London, Madrid, Dublin. Then they'll fly home. So they'll be gone for a full fucking month. Then they'll fly home. Same thing with the Chiefs. If we have that division, because our divisions play the same, AFC West versus the NFL Europe, they'll do that in a 4-stand thing, and then they'll fly home. And then when they'll probably make it where the games for the European teams, because they play 2 different divisions, so they'll play like they'll play like 4 games in the United States. Then they'll come home for a 4-game span. Then they'll play another 4 games in the United States, or maybe 5 because they have to add that extra game in. And then they'll come home for a 3-game or 4-game stand. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the only way I think they could do that, where they have to line up all of their road games, go 3 or 4 road games, home, 3 or 4 home games, 3 or 4 road games, 3 or 4 home games, 3 or 4 road games. Make sense?
Yeah, but no.
Okay, so this is why they're actually considering it. Roger Goodell has stated cities like London can support multiple franchises. There's a significant fan and commercial interest in Europe. A European division could accommodate an expansion of the league to 36 teams. Having a division of 4 teams would make travel easier for those teams, as they could play a block of games each before traveling to the U.S. The potential challenges, of course, are players would face significant challenges with jet lag, travel across continents, impacting performance and player well-being. Talent, it can be difficult to attract top prospects and free agents to play in Europe. And some of the NFLPA are reportedly wary of the idea, citing it's not a current league priority. So the NFL's immediate goal is to focus the number of European games. There's no discussions for this to happen. There's no concrete evidence or official plan to establish it, but it is in the foreseeable future. So when they had NFL Europe, they had the Barcelona Dragons, the Berlin Thunders, the Centurions, the Hamburger Sea Devils, the Frankfurt Galaxy, and the Rhine Fire.
Wait, I need this. Where's the chart at? Give me the fucking chart.
What are you looking at? What chart for?
Madrid, Spain is a diverse city with the majority of its population being of.
White.
You want to say it with me?
White.
White European descent.
No shit.
Hey,
okay. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I get what you're saying. But that's not a shocker because of the colonialism. Even though Spain was huge.
I'm just saying, who is the commissioner of the NFL? What has he shown? What does the preponderance of the evidence show against the commissioner of the NFL?
So it says Madrid's population is predominantly Spanish ethnicity, with a significant foreign-born population, up to 24% of the residents. Immigrants primarily come from Latin America, communities like countries like Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia, Peru. Other significant foreign commodities.
The Latin American population has grew to just over 1 million, and the population of Madrid, Spain, is over 7 million.
It says other significant foreign include Morocco, Romania, the United Kingdom, and China. Dude, that is a melting pot. Now, don't get me wrong, because a lot of Mexicans here in the United States claim to be white. So as of right now, here's the demographics. Hold on. Where the fuck can I? Why do you do this, bitch? Damn, Madrid, Spain is fucking huge, buddy.
That's 7.01 million.
I didn't ask for hotels in Madrid, Spain. Anyway, I get what you're saying. You're basically saying because it's white. I get it. Let's move on. Any other thoughts besides that?
I'll just say it's 95.2% white.
Okay.
2.8% Hispanic.
So
2% other.
All right. Tyreek Hill's injury. What the fuck, buddy?
Do you think it was intentional?
No. I don't know how you would intentionally do that.
That's what people are saying.
I mean, when you look at it, the video, when you look at the video, right? It's a horrible video, right? But for you to be, in my mind, for you to be an NFL player in the midst of trying to tackle one of the fastest people in the league, you somehow understand in a bang bang play to grab this man's leg in a way while you're spinning on the ground and turn the knee. If that is 100% what they're thinking, this motherfucker needs to go out for jiu-jitsu immediately. Or maybe he's trained in jiu-jitsu. I just don't don't get me wrong. I love conspiracy theories. I tell you guys this all the time. But I also say you can make a conspiracy theory out of anywhere. How the fuck can you purposely do that in a bang bang play?
Did you really? Did you? Now I know I know you're smarter than this question.
But hold on, Jeremy.
You're smarter than a third grader.
No, Jeremy, no, just listen. Go back and watch the video. I'm watching it right now.
But that question was a third grade question, and I know you're smarter than a third grader. Do we need to go on that TV show?
Jeremy, this is a third grade conspiracy theory.
But you're smarter than a third grader, and you can't sit here and say that that's not possible.
No, it is possible. There is again, it is possible that it could happen. I'm not saying okay, so it's not impossible that the person could not have done that, could have done that on purpose. The likelihood of it is highly unlikely. And the fact that we're literally saying that an NFL player for the Jets is, and when you watch the tackle, there's multiple variations of how this happened. It's the way his leg was grabbed, the way he landed, a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm just not going to entertain a conspiracy theory based off of a third grade fucking level.
Because, I mean, I could have said before the player, I could have said to myself, I'm going to get Tyreek Hill. Maybe I don't agree with the way things came out in the divorce that's going on with his wife, that he beat his wife.
We're reaching.
Maybe I'm going to get paid back for these women.
We're reaching.
Maybe when one of these times I'm going to tackle, maybe I'm just going to squeeze a little extra tight, and I'm just going to roll a little bit on accident.
I'm not even giving
I'm
this.
Just saying.
Jeremy.
I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
I could plan ahead of time. You know,
could.
Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't.
The problem that you could.
My intention going into the game was to hurt Tyreek Hill.
You could come out and say, fuck this. I'm going to give him everything I got, every chance I get. That is 100% true. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you purposely broke his leg. Like that play happens a million times during the season. Even if he grabbed his leg extra hard, which I'm sorry, anybody that's tackling Tyreek Hill should grab his leg extra hard because that motherfucker gets out, he's gone. So even if he grabs it extra hard, that is literally an injury that happens of circumstances. That's one of those things that just happens. Now, I would like this conspiracy better if they said the football gods got back at him than a player on the Jets doing it on purpose. That's just... And then the fact that we have to go into...
You would like it better if a fictitious person...
Yeah, that's...
got back than a real... So you think a ghost could do more damage to a person than a real person?
So that was like I'm sorry, I was being sarcastic when I said that.
I'm just playing along in your delusions.
So, buddy, we're talking about delusions. You're literally thinking. Look,
you went to Fantasyland. I'm just living in it.
I went to Fantasyland. Did you just hear your fucking? Your
You
reasoning.
brought up a fictitious creature.
Did you brought up a whole fictitious conversation about an
I'm
NFL
talking
player
about
that
real
gives a
people.
fuck?
I'm
You think
talking
this
about real
NFL player
people.
gives a fuck
You're
about
talking
Tyreek Hill?
fucking werewolves and shit.
This is why conspiracy theories are so fucking detrimental,
But
because
you
of the fact
started the conspiracy theory shit fucking 5.5 years ago.
Oh, I think I love conspiracy theories. I love
This
them.
is all your fault.
I love conspiracy theories, but I think conspiracy theories are very detrimental to the rest of the public because a lot of people, including myself sometimes, believe dumb shit.
Get off your political fucking
That's not political.
campaign.
That's actual truth.
Detrimental to the public. What
Motherfucker, there are people that believe that stop. You can't talk, okay? If people heard the conversations that we had off the fucking podcast, oh my God, just walk through a casino with Jeremy and let him talk some shit, okay? So,
you don't have to do that. They just sit at a fucking random event.
So, okay, besides that, what do you think of his injury? What do you think the outcome is? So, this is what the Dolphins released because a lot of people were speculating on his injuries. So he suffered a dislocated knee against the Jets, tearing multiple ligaments, including his ACL that required surgery. They don't say anything about the MCL, the PCL, or anything like that. So the ligament, I don't know if he tore it. I've kind of looked up to see if we could find it, what he tore, but I have not found any definitive information exactly what he tore. So, yeah, the only thing they're saying as of right now, multiple ligaments.
I mean, the only thing they're really saying right now, as of 56 minutes ago, per CBS Sports, is he's expected to be released next year.
Yeah, I got that. I'm pulling that one up too. I haven't got to that part yet. So what they're saying,
the first thing that came to fuck up.
I know what Midwest Orthopedics is saying is rare but severe when the tibia and femur lose their normal alignment in the knee joint. It's not the same as the patellar dislocation. Because of the force needed to dislocate the knee, the injury is very often associated with damage to multiple ligaments. So ACL, PCL, MCL, LCL, and sometimes the vascular nerve structures. Contrast with an isolated ACL tear. So the Dolphins confirmed he dislocated his left knee. Subsequent knee reports multiple ligaments. He underwent surgery. They're treating it as season enduring. We know because of the dislocations are uncommon, the full constellation damage may only become clear after event. So they still might even know how bad the damage is.
The 2025 season is over.
Yeah. So I saw this. So first headline was Tyreek Hill's NFL future uncertain after knee injury. Dolphins likely to release receiver in 2026.
They're saying a year or more of healing.
Oh, I already knew this. I figured he was done this season. I figured what would end up happening is he may be able to make it sometime back next season, maybe around week 8 or 9.
So they're comparing it to Nick Chubb, Teddy Bridgewater, Joe Theismann, Alex Smith, and Kevin Ware.
And all of them made it back within like a year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah, and then the Bears, Zach Miller.
And the only one that gives anybody hope is Nick Chubb. Because Alex Smith didn't play much longer. Joe Theismann was done. Nick Chubb continued to play. He was just never the same.
So with the Mayo Clinic says it could take up to 6 months before athletes can return to sports, while the Hartford Hospital puts the timetable at 9 to 10 months.
Yep. So I'm saying because of what he needs, his speed and everything, I'm thinking that it's going to be. He's not going to return to any football sort of. He may do some rehabilitation, some walking, stuff like that. But we're looking at 9 or 10 months. Well, let me see what's now. Today is October, so November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Probably about June to July. You may see him starting some activities. Do you see what I'm saying? And then depending on how that ramps up. But remember, Tyreek Hill's main attribute is speed. We know this, but a lot of people forget is route running. And to have crisp route running with that speed, you need to have that agility and the cutting power. How well is his knee going to respond to that cuts? So, like, Tyreek Hill is done as the receiver we've seen before. He may be able to come back, play a couple years as a fourth or fifth string receiver guy, route runner, maybe a red zone threat because of his route runner ability. But I don't think he'll ever be the Tyreek Hill he was before.
Well, here's one. So Tank Dell I don't think was as serious. He dislocated his kneecap, tore 3 ligaments, and damaged his meniscus on December 21st of 2024. And they said he's just now taking part in on-field drills, hinting at a return to play later this season.
So, and he has a very similar injury?
So he dislocated his kneecap, tore 3 ligaments, and damaged his meniscus.
So very similar injury. The only difference is Tate Dell is what? 25?
25.
Yeah. That's the biggest difference.
So his was December 21st of 2024.
Yeah, I remember when it happened.
Yeah, he's just now getting back into drills.
So
So it's almost
10 months. About 10 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's over. I think his career is relatively over. Do you see what I'm saying? What do you think effect it has on the Dolphins offense?
I don't know. I don't know what they have on their practice squad.
Well, we know we have.
Yeah, I don't know that necessarily they need anybody that can catch the ball. I think they just need speed. Because was Tyreek Hill really involved so far throughout the first 4 weeks? Well,
not as much.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah, but not as much. But they were
0-3.
They lost all 3 games. Yeah.
Right. So
Jalen Waddle will get a bigger role.
Right. But
Achane might get a bigger role.
Darren Waller will start getting more time,
which we saw. So I think they might be fine. I just think they suck.
It depends what they had on their practice squad. I don't pay too much attention to the Dolphins, so I'm not sure. I think they should be all right. If they have a little bit of speed on the practice squad, I think they'll be fine. They may be able to semi-replace the speed.
Yeah. Wait, I have one more move to make. Yeah, so I honestly don't think it's gonna matter. I think it sounds bad, but losing somebody as good as Tyreek Hill, they have Jalen Waddle on the side. So they have another threat. Bringing back Darren Waller helped them out a lot because Darren Waller is getting in there. He had 2 touchdown grabs yesterday or last week on Monday, whenever the fucking injury happened on Monday. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's going to change the outlook at all. Yeah, I don't think it's going to change that at all. So I think they're still just going to suck. All right. Where we go? All right. So WNBA finals. Buddy, how was the game last night?
It was good. It was real good. Other than the refereeing sucks still. They were letting all the big fouls go and calling all the ticky-tack shit. I see Alyssa Thomas still has her infamous elbow that she gets away with. I did notice that apparently now you can lower your shoulder and right into somebody's sternum, and
You could truck them.
yeah, you could. They allowed that last night. Um, they replayed it on ESPN. I don't know if you saw it.
WNBA makes no sense how physical they're allowing the game to be.
And they called the foul on Jackie Young when that.
Oh, they called her blocking foul.
Yeah.
WNBA makes no sense.
After Alyssa Thomas lowered her shoulder and right into Jackie Young's sternum.
You know what the funny part is? After we had that conversation about Alyssa Thomas being dirty, after we had that conversation, I don't think that was a dirty play. But it is called into question because Alyssa Thomas is dirty as shit as a player.
I mean, I don't know how you don't consider it a dirty play when you purposely lowered your shoulder.
And not that play. I'm talking about the Neficia Collier play. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Not that play. The Neficia Collier play. We talked about if she was a dirty player. But she is a dirty player. That play wasn't dirty. But she is a dirty player. She is, and they're allowing the physicality with her. Which is a way I think that the Phoenix Mercury became so good in the playoffs. Yeah,
Phoenix was playing bully ball.
Yeah, because between her and Alyssa and Sabato Sabali, between her, those two would throw bows.
Yeah, Satu caught a tech last night.
Yeah, so I'm glad. I'm kind of
Dewana Bonner got upset because she ended up with 5 fouls.
Dewana Bonner is a big fucking guard.
She's tall.
She is a big ass guard for the WNBA.
But I liked it because they kept trying to switch her off onto Dana Evans, and Dana Evans said, "Fuck you, here, take these 20+ points."
Yeah, she is 6'4".
And Dana Evans said, here's these 20+ points. Eat that.
I know, 22 coming off the bench. Dana's little 5'8" ass. Yeah, Dewan Bonner is. I didn't realize how tall she was until I be playing 2K25 and stuff. So I be playing the WNBA one, and I created a forward and it shooting guard. And it was like 6'2", and I was playing against her. I'm like, this bitch is tall. So I went and looked. I was like, God damn.
Yes, I mean it. You don't realize. So the game was at 5:00, and it felt like it was kind of early, but you didn't realize how early it was, especially on a Friday.
Until you got out.
Until we got there, and it's like me and the guy that I was sitting by, him and his wife, we were talking, and it was like, we all should have just taken off work early. Even though I get off work at 3:00, and I got there at like 4:15, and like it was like 20 after 5 when people finally started to get full.
Yeah, because of work.
So it was crazy.
Because you got to remember, a lot of people still work, even though in Vegas we're a 24-hour city. A lot of people still work that 9 to 5.
Yeah, so we were talking. We were like, everybody should have just called off work or just fucking left early.
Well, the reason why it's so early is because it's the finals for the East Coast time. They're
Fuck
two West Coast.
There's no East Coast fucking teams. Fuck them.
But exactly. So that's the difference. That's what fucking sucks. Because I assumed the game was at 6:30.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but the atmosphere was great. Phoenix people bought out all the suites. So it's funny seeing them up there crying.
Yeah, that was good. How was the rotation? Because now that they're bigger, we're gonna have to put in some of our big people.
It was
they're a lot bigger.
It was pretty much the same rotation. It's just I feel like Becky had to be a little bit more cautious with the rotation because they were calling they kept calling blocking fouls that should have been charging fouls on oh God 24
for us or them.
Us.
Jewel.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know why the fuck I just drew a blank. Fucking
Dude, you know why? The same reason why I get Jackie Young and fucking Dana Evans confused.
No, because Jill Lloyd doesn't look like anybody else. She don't look the same as anybody else, but you could tell with what Jackie and fucking Dana wear.
It's the fucking hair, dude. They're literally the same skin tone color. They both got long ass hair.
But
They're
Jill
both
was
pretty.
But Jill was getting fucking abused on the fucking the charging fouls that were called blocking fouls. Like, I mean, she was getting thrown to the floor almost every 4 possessions.
Mac Jones was seeing dead bodies before Thursday. I didn't hear about that.
I didn't either.
Well, I mean, they are in San Francisco.
I didn't hear that.
He saw a body floating in the water. So he literally told his teammate that while standing on his balcony Thursday morning, he saw a dead body floating in the water. In the water from the hotel. This morning in the team hotel, Ray Jones, he was on the balcony when he looked at the water and saw a floating body. Someone called the police as the 49ers loaded the buses for the stadium players, which investigated when a coroner's van pulled up to the marina. The incident was still under investigation. Wait, what? That's a conspiracy theory we need to get on. Mac Jones and the 49ers have a dead body in their fucking hotel the morning before they go to the game.
But was it true?
Yeah, it's under investigation.
But is it? Or is it just some bullshit?
So, according to the Athletics, Diana Rossi, that morning at the team hotel in the Marina del Rey, looked that up to see if there was a dead body found there. Jones told teammates he was on the balcony when he looked out at the water and saw a floating dead body. Someone called the police. As the 49ers loaded the buses for the stadium, players watched investigators and even the coroner's van pull up to the marina. Dude, I didn't even hear that. Fucking shit. That's some crazy stuff. I can't find anything else on it, though. Wait, hold on. When I looked up dead body found in Marina del Rey, guess what it said? There are a couple recent incidents where bodies were found near Marina del Rey.
A 50-year-old in September.
Yeah. So they haven't released anything. They just say the incident remains under investigation. That's fucking crazy. Didn't even think about that. All right, so game 2 is tomorrow. We going. Well, you always going. I'm going with you. So even if we don't, what are we thinking
About
the game?
I mean, I predict it's aces in 6.
Okay. I would love that.
I think
I would actually love aces in 5.
I think the aces win 3. Then Phoenix wins 2, and then the aces wins the last one. I'd like the aces in 5 because then that means they win back here.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I think it's going to be 6.
Okay. Yeah, I would like the aces in 5. Next news. Zuffa boxing. Have you heard of this?
I don't think so.
So you know what Zuffa boxing is, right?
Yeah.
Dana White's boxing program. So due to the Paramount deal with UFC, they released a couple days ago, which was the worst kept secret in the world, that Zuffa boxing would be streaming on the Paramount Plus deal. Very similar. They're to hold 6 or 7 fights in 2026. starting with in January.
Wait, what?
So they're going to hold 6 or 7 fights in Zuffa Boxing starting January of 2026. They're doing a couple weird things. They're not recognizing any of the belts. They're going to have their own belt. So just like UFC, they're not going to recognize the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, any of that. Their idea is, let me see if I can find more about it, because they're just fucking not really talking shit. Okay, I met with 2 years ago. According to White, Zuffa Boxing will serve as a proving ground, matching rising prospects against one another in 50-50 fights to create the stars of tomorrow that one day will appear in the Riyadh season. It sounds similar to the UFC, and it's inaugural start. Let's see, inaugural launch. The Ultimate Fighter, very similar. When you think of no, I want more of the idea of what. Why do I fucking hate this? Here we go. So while the exact details are still being decided, White expects a reduction from the 17-weight division that exists in boxing. So he aims to distance himself from the current 4-belt championship system. To help see the plan through, he'll create both an in-house ranking system and its own championship. TKO led the charge for this, as well as the ring championship. TKO has led the charge for the amendment to the Professional Boxing Safety Act, which was enacted in 1996, that called the Muhammad Ali Act. They want to make adjustments to it, because in boxing, you can't do what you can do in UFC. So because of this act in 1996, which happened with the Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and all that shit, it's called the Muhammad Ali Act. Congress literally stepped in and put rules and regulations to what can and cannot happen. He wants to get rid of that. He says he wants to make it better. So if anybody watched the Terrence Crawford and the Canelo buildup, the boxing media whipped him a new asshole. He started talking about none of the fighters make more money. Boxing makes more money. And a reporter literally said there's only one fighter that's ever made $100 million for a fight, and he had to fight Floyd Mayweather in the UFC. There's not been one fighter that has ever made that much money. So the boxing public and the news reporters were grilling him, saying, you have like 8 lawsuits from fucking fighters. You are wanting to reform the Muhammad Ali Act that is meant to protect fighters. And now you're getting rid of the belts, which I have no problem with the belt organization getting rid of, because I've said for years we need to have a governing body. But the reason why he wants to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act is because in his promotion, they still have to follow that act. So if he can reform that act, he can do very similar to what he did to the UFC with what he did to what he's doing to boxing. Secondly, with his promotion, he's going to do media very similar to the UFC. He's not going to allow the media to talk shit like they did at Terrence Crawford and Canelo boxing. He's going to do what he did with Ariel Helwani, where he kicks them out where he doesn't like what they do. So as of right now, I'm fuck this bitch. Not only did White say Zuffa Boxing he's also has an idea that there's a rumor floating around that he has an idea that you can fight under our set of rules, or you can fight under the other set of rules. And the other set of rules include the Muhammad Ali Act. So if you don't fight, if you want to join us, you have to give up the Muhammad Ali Act. That is a rumor that is literally floating around. He says there will be 0 changes. Not one word will be changed. We're going to add to it. So the fighters who want to fight under the Muhammad Ali Act exactly the way it is will have the opportunity to do that. Or you can bet on me and fight with under our version of the Muhammad Ali Act. So Dana White is telling us that he is going to add to a safety regulation to make it more safe. Has he done that in the UFC?
Well, UFC is not boxing.
No, but has in the last 15 years, has the UFC became more safer for fighters?
Well,
we actually know
MMA more safe.
So we actually, what do you mean?
How do you make MMA more safe?
So like rules and regulations that they have, how long they can fight. So for instance, Pereira fought like 8 days after fighting somebody else. That would not be allowed in the Muhammad Ali Safety Act. So we found out all the shit that he did afterwards with all of the lawsuits against him. So I just don't, for somebody that doesn't have much boxing experience in the last 25 years, I know he has combat experience. I don't know how he can make it safer. And then they're starting in 2026.
So here's my thoughts on that last comment about not having experience and you not be able to make something safer. If everybody goes into that mindset, then nothing would ever change.
True.
I hate when people say that.
Okay, I agree with that. Let's put it this way.
Because if that were the case, then we would continue to have the same old bullshit. And here's a prime example. Kathy Eggfuckface Egghead. Look at her career. What great experience did she have as a fucking basketball player?
She played basketball.
Very, 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 very mediocre at best.
She played professional basketball.
Very, very mediocre at best.
You don't have to be
KB is better than her.
Look, wait. That doesn't matter. Your talent lever doesn't matter if you understand the game.
And she was a CEO of where?
Yeah, I know. But that's a bad take. Just because she sucked at playing basketball doesn't mean that she's going to suck as a commissioner. She had just because she was great, like fucking Michael Jordan was great at basketball, doesn't mean he's going to be great as a commissioner. He would suck as a commissioner. Most of your great players don't turn out to be.
He's not very good as a GM.
But most of your great players aren't because they have that talent that other players don't. Like some of your best coaches and your best GMs are players that had a professional, played the game, but had the hard work ethic and didn't have just the talent to go along with it. Like Phil Jackson, Pat Riley, Steve Kerr. Like some of your greatest people were players that were just average players. Now, if you're saying she's Stephen A. Smith, that's a totally different story. Okay, so I shouldn't have said that he doesn't have the experience. That was a bad take. What I meant was, let me see if I can clarify this.
Well, he doesn't have the experience, but to sit there, but to say that if you don't have the experience, then you can't make the change or you can't make something safer. So then So then in that case, I shouldn't be in my position, and therefore I wouldn't have been able to stand up and create the program that I have.
No, you're right.
And that I've done in the last 2 years because I didn't have the experience to get into my position, but I had the education, I had the certificates, and I had the experience from a business standpoint.
You had the knowledge, right? That's all categorized as knowledge, right? So you had the knowledge, but not the experience. He doesn't have either. His knowledge of boxing comes from a totally different sport where they still can't get the gloves fucking right from poking people in the eye. They're not getting rid of an oblique kick that literally will end people's careers. So like what I meant by not having the experience, I think it would be very hard, or the knowledge, it'd be very hard for him to come from the MMA side where it is a totally different fight game to come to the boxing side and immediately be able to change it based off of boxing, not using MMA with it where it does not work. After a couple years, he 100% probably could. He could be watching from the sideline and see other stuff. But when Dana White says he's going to make it safer, and there is nothing that he has done in the UFC in the last 15 years, and it's actually almost been the opposite. Yeah, no. He's literally let people go into fights knowing they were on fucking steroids just for a fucking promotion. Oh, we lost UFC 200 because Conor McGregor didn't want to fight. Brock Lesnar, come and fight Mark Hunt. Fucking steroided to the gill. He's moved a promotion from Vegas to California based off of a failed steroid test and not being able to get a license. There's not been a lot of things that he has done, in my opinion, to make MMA safer. So why the fuck do I think he's going to do it for boxing and not make it where it's going to benefit his pocketbook? Not that he doesn't have the experience. I just don't. In the experience he has, I have not seen anything that leads me to believe he is an honest person when it comes to this. We've seen the weight cuts, which the reason why there's 15 fucking divisions, 17 divisions, which, Jeremy, I disagree with having 17 divisions. We know this. But the reason why there's 17 is to stop the dramatic weight cuts. That's why. Remember, he wanted fucking Cyborg to cut down to 135 to fight when she had trouble making 145. I just don't know how much safer he's going to make the boxing world. From the experience I've seen with him, he has not made anything safer in combat world. Yes, he started in the dark ages, bring it to the forefront, but a lot of that safety that we give him comes from Mark Ratner. Mark Ratner was the commissioner of the Nevada's athletic commissioner, and he's the one that started with the gis and the rounds and the weight divisions. So I don't believe in Dana. And I don't want him in boxing.
Mark, you mean the Mark Ratner that's corrupt and was in the pockets of the Nevada politicians?
He was in the pockets of Dana too. That's what I'm saying. The one guy that made most of his changes in the beginning is corrupt. Am I wrong?
I was just going against the comment you made.
I knew you were going to come in and say he was corrupt. I was hoping that you would say that. Because Mark Ratner did make most of the changes, but he's corrupt as fuck.
And he's a corrupt piece of shit.
Yeah. So again, Joe Rogan, or not Joe Rogan, why did I say Dan?
But to say that you can't affect change just because you don't have the experience, or
that was wrong. That was wrong.
You haven't done that industry or whatnot. Well, then if that's the case, then people coming out of college should never get a job in whatever they got an education.
Everything's that you're only taking one variable. So yes, if you don't have the experience, you have to have the knowledge. He doesn't have both of them.
But you can't say he doesn't have the knowledge, because I mean he could have been doing research behind the scenes.
You're right. You're 100% right.
You could judge him off of UFC all day, every day.
My opinion is that he does not have the knowledge to effectively make the sport safer. Because in his sport, he has not done it. So why do I think he's going to do it there?
Nobody's done it in boxing either.
What are you talking about? The Muhammad Ali Act was in 1996. That's 100% to make it safer. They went from 15 rounds to 12 rounds. Like in my lifetime, there have been multiple rules that have been put into boxing to make them safer. The only thing that happened, and I could be glossing over this because I'm not a huge MMA fan with the UFC, but one MMA is safer than the UFC. They've instituted way more stuff than the UFC has. Like in the last 20 years, I can't think of a major outside of their steroid testing, but they also gave TRT. They gave TRT exemptions. I can't really think of anything that they've done technically since they've been a big promotion since Tough to really make the sport that much safer. Most of it has come from I would say of course, the Performance Center. They've done a lot in getting the training better. So let me stop. They've done the training, they've got the diets, they've got the exercising, and they got the medical team. So they've done a lot on that aspect. I just don't think that from what I've seen, Dana White is going to make boxing any better. I think he's going to be another Don King. And if I'm taking the experience that we've seen in the UFC from a lot of fighters that come out and talk about it in all of his lawsuits, it's going to be the same thing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Next up, we got Io Sky. and Asuka. Go ahead. What are your thoughts, buddy? We talked about this a little bit. Off. What are your thoughts on this whole heel turn? Kairi Sane, Io and Ripley at Crown Jewel. What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I think Io's playing the I'll just say the bride aspect or the emotional aspect of this whole story really well. We all knew the heel turn was coming. I don't know. I think Kyrie's going to turn on Asuka.
What's up, Abraham? Welcome as always.
It's Abe. Corrected me last time when I said the full name.
It's Kameho. It's technically Kameho. Go Knights, go.
I don't know. It's I don't know where this storyline is going. I'm kind of confused.
Okay. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the storyline. We've had this conversation where I think it's going. I am dying on live stream right now. I hit my vape pen. I hit it too hard. Gave me a cough. So doing the daddy cheer here at the park. Enjoy that. Enjoy that. Here's my thoughts on the Asuka Io Sky. I think Io Sky is going to turn heel. I could be way off.
I don't think so.
I think this is a setup against Rhea. I don't know why. I can't think of the motivation. But I think that from what I've seen, this is what my perception has been. When has Asuka or Kairi Sane beat the shit out of Io Sky? There was that one punch where she turned on her. And then they beat the shit out of Rhea. She spit stuff in her face. And then they beat the shit out of Rhea. And then, even afterwards, Kairi Sane has came up both times, talking about we could still be a family. She says, gets away. And then she's like, I want a match. For some odd reason, I think this is going to be a turn with Io turning on Rhea in the thing. And I think this would be fascinating. And then I think we're going to have an Io Stephanie Valkyra match with Rhea versus Asuka to take out Kairi, Asuka. And then it's going to culminate with Rhea and Io at Royal Rumble.
I mean, I guess
that's the only. Just there's too many times that I was like, why haven't they hit her? Why are they not beating the shit out of her? And then for her to say, I apologize. All you have to do is apologize to me. I'm like, something doesn't. And it would be amazing if we had a heel women's group that just ran fucking rut shot over Raw. It would be fucking amazing. And I think that's how they keep the title off of Rhea. Ultimately, I think they'll continue. Like Rhea will lose at Royal Rumble. And then they'll end up with an Io Sky Rhea probably WrestleMania match, but you'll have to go through Elimination Chamber. Like, I think they're literally setting up the rest of Io and Rhea's fight going all the way to WrestleMania, where Rhea finally gets one over on Asuka or on Io, finally gets that victory and has her WrestleMania moment. They're literally that's the storyline I think they're setting up because she has not beat her yet one-on-one. And then at the Royal Rumble, she ends up losing to her again, but that's going to probably be because Asuka and Kairi get involved. She goes to the Elimination Chamber, goes on a fucking badass tear, beats everybody's ass, and then ends up getting her win against Io at WrestleMania. You have to have, in my opinion, they have to have a marquee matchup for coming in, a marquee storyline with the woman coming into that. And right now they don't have one. You have Charlotte and what's her face? God damn it, Alexa. So unless you're gonna have one of them turn and beat Stephanie Stratton, and then they fight for the women's championship at WrestleMania, this seems like the most logical idea to me.
Wait, what'd you say?
What?
What match beat who? Stratton?
So if you have Charlotte and Alexa, right? They're the tag team champions.
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
So realistically, if they're looking for a main woman storyline to run through WrestleMania, I don't think you have one with Tiffany Stratton. You can't do Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. You can't do Tiffany and Charlotte again. So I think in this scenario, to have a major storyline that people will care about, maybe my thought process would be Charlotte and fucking Alexa go at it. One of them turn heel. One of them beat Tiffany Stratton. And then they face each other for the fucking title at WrestleMania. You know how fucking WWE loves to break up tag teams for no fucking reason.
No, you just threw me off when you said Stephanie Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton. My bad. I got Stephanie and Tiffany confused. Stephanie Valkyra.
I got so fucking confused. I was like,
I get you.
I spaced out and was like, I was thinking hard. Like, is there somebody new that I fucking missed? Because I know I didn't watch it last night. I was at the game, and I was like, did they sign somebody new?
Yeah. And the reason
motherfuckers with
like that I think that on SmackDown, if they do another storyline with women, I think they use it to bring somebody else up.
When are they going to bring up Lash Legend?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh my
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Anthony, are you paying attention?
Oh my fucking God.
I said Asuka Sky beats Rhea at Royal Rumble because of nefarious actions with Asuka. Rhea goes on a tear, wins Elimination Chamber, beats Io Sky at WrestleMania to have a WrestleMania moment and her first win above her.
How many times are we going to give her a belt?
Stop, Jeremy. I know. I saw Jeremy's head roll back, and I just wanted to get in some words before Jeremy went on his thing, because, you know, he does not like Ripley being
in the fucking belt con. Like, Jesus, fuck.
What is your problem with Rhea?
It's literally the only fucking story that's been fucking told for the last 700 fucking years.
But what's your problem with it?
She's been in the story no matter what fucking belt it's been. She's been in the fucking story. Like, holy fuck, give it a fucking rest.
What's wrong with that?
It's fucking old.
Who are they going to bring up to replace her?
I don't give a fuck. Bring up a fucking ant. Bring back fucking Medusa. I don't give a fuck. Raise somebody from the fucking grave.
We know why. He just doesn't like Rhea. He's not that he doesn't like Rhea.
I like Rhea, but motherfucker,
he's worn out on her.
Holy fuck.
It's almost like what they did, and I understand the concept, because she is in every fucking woman storyline on Raw. Like, for the last year and a half. Maybe 2 years. But I love Rhea.
I love her too, but motherfucker, she's in every fucking story around this fucking belt. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Cody versus Seth. Where are we going? How's this working out?
When is this fucking story going to end?
Buddy.
This story has been building since he fucking came back.
What?
This story has been building since he's come back.
We just had a Seth and CM Punk story. For the last year,
This
Cody
Cody and Seth
Rhodes.
story has been being built since he has come back.
I know, but for the last year, Cody and Seth have had very little communication. They've had very storylines crossed over. The last time their storyline actually crossed over was when he helped Roman out, when he helped him against Roman. Since then, they really haven't crossed over much. It's been CM Punk and Seth. So to come back to this storyline just for Crown Jewel, and the only reason why it's happening is because of Crown Jewel, because the winners fight each other. Wait, hold on.
What?
Yeah, because the winners fight each other. So that's the. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had this. This story wouldn't be happening again. It's just the fucking Crown Jewel thing for the Crown Jewel ring.
The story would be happening again because they need a segue so that Randy Orton can turn on Cody.
Listen, his name is the fucking Viper. You don't need a segue for that. We know who Randy Orton is. So you think Randy Orton's going to join the Vision?
No, I don't think he's going to join the Vision. But he's.
So why would they need this? Why would Randy they need him? Why? But why would they need Seth versus Cody to have Randy turn on him?
Because it makes that storyline better.
Because then Seth beats Cody.
Yeah, at Crown Jewel.
And it's an RKO out of nowhere?
It's always an RKO out of nowhere.
Okay. Off topic. What do you think of Dom's run right now with Intercontinental Championship?
I mean, who's he fought?
April?
Rusev.
He fought Rusev. He fought AJ Styles.
I mean, I think they should give the fucking belt to AJ Styles and fucking let AJ run with it for a little while and then give it back to fucking Dom so that way AJ can retire. But
AJ's going to retire with the championship run.
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
So you're saying give him the Intercontinental belt for the final run?
Go on his run and then let him fucking retire. It's not going to be long till AJ fucking retires. He's already talked about it.
Yeah, this is his last year, he said, I thought.
Right.
Yeah. So we have till the end of 2026. You're not going to give him a title run in his last run? A real title?
But AJ wants the Intercontinental title, and so give it to him. Then
I would give it to him,
and then let AJ go for another title.
First of all, you need to look. I
agree, 100%. I agree.
Wait, hold on.
He's a little bitch.
He ain't fighting old person when he got the triple A title.
But he just fought Rusev, who's fucking 632 years old and fucking looks like he fucking went to Mexico and got fucking bariatric surgery, and he looks like he fucking needs skin removal surgery, and he looks like he needs to be punched in the face for real.
I don't like his new. How big of a difference in age do you think those two are? And realistically,
I don't think they're that much of a difference, but still,
Rusev, they're more than what I thought they were. They're 11 years.
Rusev looks like he's about 40 fucking years older than fucking Dom, but
yes, give AJ the belt, then Brock Lesnar will come out. I actually like that. It's weird. I did not like Mysterio. I did not like him at all. I did not like him with the Judgment Day, with the mommy thing, or any of that stuff, right? But the more I've watched him this year, the more I like him. Not as I just think he does his job really, really well. Like when he was facing Rusev and he did tried to do the Eddie Guerrero thing and the ref caught him, I was dying of laughter. I just think he does a really good job playing his role. And he's progressed so much in the last 2 to 3 years.
But I mean, I don't know. But whatever. I don't like Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right, the debate segment. The debate segment. Not really a debate, but we're basically, if you could start your franchise with one, Montana, Mahomes, Bradshaw, Aikman, who would be the person that you 100% would not want to start your franchise with? And then who would be the person that you'd want to start your franchise with? The reason why I picked these four, we know Brady has 7 rings. So the second person is Montana, then third, fourth, and fifth. So Montana, Mahomes, Bradshaw, Aikman all have at least 3 rings. All went to multiple Super Bowls. I think only one is undefeated, and that's Montana. Well, no, Aikman's undefeated too. Fuck, everybody but Mahomes is probably. Damn. So
is it present day or?
What do you mean? Are we putting them in the present day, or are we putting them in the?
Are we putting it in present day or in the past?
Well, we're putting them in 2025.
That's what I need to know before I pick.
Okay, but I mean, we're putting them in 2025.
Today's NFL or previous NFL?
Today's NFL.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put them in 2025 to make it easier, because we all live in there. But knowing their career, knowing what they have, all of this other stuff, and some of them may just be better than what they were in than what they were in the NFL, because it was a lot harder. So Montana could actually be way better. So, okay, Jeremy, who would be the first person you're 100% not taking?
I'm not taking?
Yep. The Aikman. One person you would 100% say, fuck you, get him off my team. Oh, you went Aikman.
Yeah, because fuck.
Okay, reason why?
Fuck the Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
Boy, do I wish Mo and Sam were here for this. Just the responses we're gonna get is good. Hold on, let's check it. Star Patrick,
I gotta go with 2025. I mean, I don't. You probably should have done this with the other ones here because I have common sense.
What do you mean?
You put me in 2025 with these 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
You picked one quarterback that could realistically play in 2025's NFL.
I honestly didn't think of that when I did that. So we'll go backwards. What do you want to do? 90s?
So,
I didn't even think of the year we were putting them in.
Because now you've got 3 quarterbacks that could play in the 90s and one that wouldn't be able to because he's not going to be protected.
So we'll put this in a fictional scenario then. Why are you making it so deep?
It's not. I'm not making it deep. I'm just.
So it's in a fictional year where all of them can perform greatly. Everything's even.
You're the one who started it out with they all have.
I think Montana and Aikman could play in today's game. You're telling me the West Coast offense with Montana would not be good in today's game, where you can't touch the quarterback and you can't touch the receiver. The only thing Montana does not have is running ability. But there's been multiple quarterbacks that can.
I give you Derek Carr.
You think Montana would be Derek Carr in today's NFL?
Yeah.
Montana's IQ is way higher.
For his time.
Favre only has 1 ring, though. Well, that wouldn't be fair. Favre wouldn't even get picked.
And the other 3 didn't steal from welfare.
Yeah, so Favre's not even getting picked. He's got 1 ring and the most career interceptions. Okay, let's put it in a fictional world.
I just want to be an asshole to Aaron. That's it.
Let's put it in a fictional world where everybody is equal.
I'm still not taking Aikman because it's fucked up.
That's fine. So whoever you pick, we'll start them in their era. That just makes it easier. Welfare fees are neat. It is socially acceptable. Okay. So Aikman, you said fuck Aikman. I'm saying fuck Bradshaw. I don't like Bradshaw. I don't like him at all. I think most of Bradshaw's, I've argued this multiple times with people. I think Bradshaw had probably, if not one of the best teams ever assembled. Those 70 Steelers were fucking ridiculous.
So you hold that against the quarterback?
I don't think he's that good. Like, his numbers really don't hold up. He wasn't that good when he was playing. Like, if you go, okay, let's look at Terry Bradshaw. I've argued this with Heath before. I'm like, Terry Bradshaw is not good. It was not a good quarterback. He was an average quarterback that had a great fucking team.
But isn't that how you win Super Bowls? Is as a team and not as a player?
Yes, teams do win Super Bowls. But are you telling me that, like, Trent Dilfer's Super Bowl is the same as Mahomes' Super Bowl?
If it's a team sport.
Okay, we're going to do this today. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Do I think Trent Dilfer deserves a Super Bowl ring?
Okay.
Fuck no, he don't deserve a fucking Super Bowl ring. But one person doesn't win the game.
So his best season was 3,300 yards with 28 touchdowns. Okay. He led the league twice in touchdowns. 17. He led the league with 17 touchdowns in 1982. That was the lockout year, the Scabs year. And then he led the league in 1978 with 28. For his career, he played 14 years and had 212 touchdowns. He had multiple seasons. So 22, 24, 26, 28, 17, 18, 12, 13. He has 210 interceptions. For every touchdown, he's basically throwing a fucking interception. His career record was 107-51. Wasn't bad. Great career record. Very good career record. His completion percentage is, 51%. And his average, his average throw? 13.8. Average yards per game was 166. He did have it. He did win MVP in 1978 when he threw for 28 touchdowns, 2,900 yards, went 14-2. He was MVP for the next year. Outside of that, he's been a Pro Bowler 3 times.
So in 1978, when I don't think they threw that much, they weren't passing that much, were they, back in 1978?
I mean, 4 years later, Marino threw for 49 touchdowns. I don't know. I'm looking it up right now. I can't say.
I wasn't alive in 78, so
I can't 100% say if they were or not, but I'm trying to see it right now. So there was that year passing touchdowns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he led the league. So there was 5 people with 24 or more passing touchdowns.
So in 1978, the NFL began to shift noticeably toward being more pass heavy, though the league was still fairly balanced overall compared to modern standards.
Yep. So yeah, that was it. He was nobody was throwing 28 touchdowns. San Diego Chargers threw 26. Dallas Cowboys threw 25.
So in 1978, the average team pass attempts per game were 26.8, and the average team rush attempts per game were 35.5.
Yeah.
So they were running more than they were passing.
Yep. And in 1978, the average team's passing touchdowns was 16.7, while their average interceptions was 22.8. Their average rushing touchdowns was 16.2. So they had about as many rushing touchdowns as they had fucking passing touchdowns. They only had 14 more passing touchdowns.
1978 is the year they changed the rule, where offensive linemen were allowed to extend their arms and open their hands in pass protection, which previous to 1978 was illegal. And defenders were limited to one contact beyond 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, ending the bump and run era.
Okay. So in 1978, there was Terry Bradshaw was 12th in attempts, 13th in attempts. He had 368 attempts. Frank Tarkenton had 572. There was Steve Bertowski had 369. So most of the league had 300 passing attempts or more.
So the rule changes came in 1978, and then it went after 78 became more pass heavy.
He was 10th in completions. He was 7th in completion percentage. He was 9th in yards. Dude, he was first in touchdowns, with second place being 3 behind him. And interceptions, he was 8th with 20. So he threw for 28 touchdowns with 20 interceptions. Granted, that doesn't matter. Fred Tarkenton threw for 32. Yards per game, he was 10th. So there's only 2 stats that he was in the top 5 in passing that year. Touchdowns and and touchdown percent and yards per. So touchdowns and yards per attempt were the only 2 stats that he led in, and he got MVP. Every other passing category, he was top 10, outside the top 5, but they went 14-2. That's what I mean by, to me, Bradshaw's not that good of a, even when you stack him up year by year, he's not very good. He's a top 10 quarterback for that time, yes, but he's not one of the greatest quarterbacks in my opinion. He wasn't even considered one of the best. He wasn't the best quarterback most of the time when he played in that era. So that's why I'm automatically getting rid of him. You said Aikman. We went off on a tangent just before because I'm getting rid of Bradshaw. That's kind of weird. I'm glad I had this up because I had to come back to myself. Okay, so who are you keeping? Who are you starting your franchise with?
Mahomes.
Okay, understandable.
If I'm in 2025, I got to take Mahomes.
Any year. If you take Montana, you're in the fucking 80s.
I don't want to play in the 80s. I want to play in 2025.
So in 2025, no matter what happens, they're going to have a very similar career as what they've had now. Let's put it that way. Their career will still be the same, very similar.
I want to play in 2025.
Okay. So if you pick Montana in 2025, there's a chance that he's going to have 2 to 4 Super Bowls for his career. Stats will be very similar, maybe better. Most likely better, but won't be worse. The only thing that may be worse is Super Bowls.
So if I need to take into account his stats from the 80s versus Mahomes' stats from the 2020s,
you're right.
Give me Mahomes' stats from the 2020s versus any of their stats from
this moment forward. Every time we do debates, we will make sure they're error specific. Because
look, you can choose however you want to choose.
I'm choosing.
I'm using my fucking logic. You use your fucking logic however you want to fucking use it.
I'm choosing Mahomes. You know I'm choosing Mahomes.
So I have my own brain to use however I want to use it.
I think
You don't get to control my brain and how I choose shit.
I think Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time. Talent-wise.
Well, apparently not, because apparently you think Montana's fucking 80 stats are better than anybody else's up there.
No, I don't.
In whatever era fucking they're fucking in.
I would have picked Mahomes, whatever. I was just, because of what you said, I was trying to make it more fair. Because when you look at the stats, they're not comparable. Montana did not throw for 5,000 yards. He did not have 50 and 50 in a season. He never even came close to that. And until you put that out there, I did not even think about it that way. I just went Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Could you imagine if I put like Bart Starr in that motherfucker? Okay, so if we were to take out Mahomes, since he's the number one, we both decided him, who would be next? Would you take Montana or Bradshaw?
Do I just get the quarterback or do I get the teams?
Just the quarterback.
Then I'd have to take Montana. If I can't have the team.
You just proved my point about Bradshaw. You just
but if I can't have the team.
You just proved my point on Bradshaw.
Well, obviously, if I can't have the fucking team.
Yeah, I'm taking Montana as well.
Obviously, I don't have to have a fucking superstar team around Mahomes.
Even if I could take the team and get the 1970 Pittsburgh Steelers, I would still take Montana.
I could have a fucking mediocre team around Mahomes.
Okay, let's try this one. Tell yourself, if each player was on a different team, would your choices be the same? So if Mahomes is on a different, yes, Mahomes will always be the same.
You just found out my fucking answer.
So, anything else you want to talk about before we jump off?
I don't think so.
Okay, let me know in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, YouTube, all that stuff. Let me know in the comments any other debates, or tweet at us any other debates we should have. We should come up with some rules to make this a little easier for all of us in our sanity, because we do think kind of differently. So,
I mean, you should know how I think.
Dude, I just did not. You know what? I'm sitting up there. I'm going to be honest. This is what's happening. I'm sitting up there going through some shit. I might even been on the toilet when this happened. But I'm sitting up there going through some shit, right? And all of a sudden I saw a post and I was like, oh, start one franchise. Who could I pick? Let's go Super Bowl champions. Oh, take him out. Bam, 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 bam. That was it. I'm picking Daniel Jones. Right now. Starting right now, I'd pick Daniel Jones over Mac Jones. One, I don't like Mac Jones. Two, he was an Alabama quarterback. I don't believe really in Alabama quarterbacks in the league. Jalen Hurts is the asterisk because he went to fucking Oklahoma. And I just don't like Mac Jones. The Patriots fans ruined Mac Jones for me. So I'm gonna pick Daniel Jones. What about you, Jeremy? That's a tough one.
Because, I mean, fuck, prior to this year, they both sucked.
Yeah.
Mac Jones.
Well, Daniel Jones, to me, he had a better career than Mac Jones, but it was a little longer. Daniel Jones, at least.
But Mac Jones had a good year under fuckface.
Did he, though? They didn't let him throw in a fucking game but 3 times.
But he had a good year. Fuckface, when fuckface had him, he took him to the playoffs.
Wait, who's fuckface? Belichick?
The fuckface that was his offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay, got you. The one that became your coach?
Yeah, fucking clown fuck. But I mean, he didn't play bad Thursday.
No, he didn't play bad Thursday. But who the fuck plays bad in San Francisco's offense?
Other than faking an injury, but
that's what again why I think them playing Brock Purdy was so stupid. Because I don't understand who plays bad. There's not a quarterback that plays bad in his offense.
I'm going to go with Mac Jones just because we play the Colts tomorrow.
You don't want any of that mojo, huh?
I'm going with Mac Jones because we play the Colts tomorrow. Fuck the Colts.
Damn right. Fuck the Colts. All right. So anything else you want to get into before we get off?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that's the wrap for today's show. We talked about check out, remember, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will be having some shorts coming out. Maybe I cut this up into some videos. I don't know if I do or not. If I do, it'll be the NFL Europe division, Tyreek Hill's injury, WNBA finals, my rant on Zuffa boxing, and then wrestling drama most likely. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to follow, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. And Jeremy, whenever you're ready, you can take us out.
Put me in, coach.